today's class, you are going to want possibly a bed pillow. I've got a variety of homemade props here. So either a bed pillow, I've got a throw blanket that I've kind of folded very smallly, if that's a word, to make kind of a high seat for myself. And then I have, because I don't have yoga blocks, I grabbed a soup pan for myself to substitute as a yoga block for later on in the class. So for today, we're going to start seated, and I'll give you a few different options for this seat. Option number one is to come into hero's pose, and this can be a pose that's pretty intense on the knees and ankles. So if it is not right for you, you are welcome to come into basic Sukhasana, cross-legged seat. I know that that's not accessible for everyone as well. So sitting on a pillow, a blanket, lifting the hips can make it a little easier on the hips, knees, and low back. If that still doesn't work for you, your third option is butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, again, maybe sitting on a blanket, pillow, or block to elevate the pelvis. So again, your three options are butterfly pose, Sukhasana, cross-legged seat, and then the first option that I mentioned was hero's pose. So I do not have two blocks to sit on, so I've got this rolled up blanket. And what you're going to do is have a seat sitting on those blocks with the legs back behind you, heels outside of your hips, and then kind of snugging the knees in towards each other to a point that's comfortable. Please, even if you can sit on the floor between your heels and hero's pose, start on blocks for now, just because we don't want it to be too intense on the knees and hips just yet. Again, if this kind of feels like it's just not going to work for you, then you've got your other two options, or you can always just sit with the legs extended forwards in any other comfortable seat. So where you chose to sit, we're going to start palms resting on the knees. They could be up or down, your choice. Thighs, letting the elbows soften, the shoulders soften. Making any adjustments as needed to your seat. Maybe giving the hips a little wiggle, side to side, settling. Sitting nice and tall, gently pulling the navel towards the back of the spine. Take a deep, full breath in. Take a long, complete breath out. Again, deep breath in. And long breath out. If comfortable, allow your eyes to close here. And just begin to settle into your breath. Soft inhales and exhales. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel the subtle rise and fall of your shoulders. The expansion and contractions across your collarbone, chest, and ribcage. The swell and release of your navel. Feel your breath as it deepens, lengthens. Just another couple breaths here. Release any tension from your face, shoulders, hips. Allowing your eyes to gently blink open. Take a full deep breath in and a long, complete breath out. Next, inhale, start to circle your arms. Taking the arms out wide, palms lifting, raising towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're going to bring the arms down beside you, palms pressing towards the floor as they come beside your hips. 2 more like that. Inhale, lifting the air with the palms of your hands. And exhale, gently pressing it. Once more, inhale. Good, and exhale. Now from here, you're going to take your right hand, bring it underneath your right thigh, right hip, or you could even, if you're in Sukhasana, just kind of grab a hold of the underneath of the right thigh. So you're anchoring this right shoulder in here. And then you're going to let your left shoulder fall to your left ear. Good, now take your left hand, place it on the right side of your head, around the top of your ear, and allow the weight of your left elbow, left palm to rest on the right side of your head. Okay, take one more breath here. And now you'll release the left hand back down. Slowly bring your head back to center. Now you'll take the left hand, slide it underneath your left hip, between your legs, or even underneath the left shin as an anchor. Release the right hand's fingertips to the mat. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Good. Now place the right hand on the left side of the hip, fingertips just above your ear, weight of the elbow, weight of the palm, but try not to press on the head. Good. Release your right fingertips back down to the mat. Bring your head gently back to center. Release the left fingertips to the mat. Bring your chin to your chest. Keep the chin to the chest. You're going to circle the arms overhead. Interlace your fingers. Place your palms at the base of your skull behind your head. Let your elbows fall towards your thighs. Weight now with both arms resting on the back of your head. Begin, try not to push or pull. Just let the weight of gravity do it for you. Good, now keeping your fingers interlaced. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Lift your chin to neutral, and then with the fingers interlaced, you're going to bring the fists underneath your chin. Good, now little gentle pressure up, and then slowly start to lift the elbows towards the ceiling, any amount that's safe for your shoulders. Good, take one more breath here. And now slowly start to press the palms forwards, reversing so that the palms press forwards, keeping the fingers interlaced. Let your back round. And then as you inhale, sweep your arms over your head, keeping the fingers interlaced, palms pressing to the ceiling. Good. Exhale, press the palms forwards, round the spine, chin to chest. And then inhale, take it back up. 2 more like that. Exhale. And inhale. 1 more time. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Hold the palms to the ceiling. Keep the fingers interlaced just a little longer. You're going to take a bit of a side bend to your right. Good. Come back to center to your left. 1 more time in each direction. Come back to center. Exhale to the right. Back to center, exhale to the left. But keep the fingers interlaced, bring the palms back to center. Now you're going to draw a circle. Circling the arms around and up. Do 2 circles to your right. And then 2 to your left. As the palms come back up to the ceiling, take one more big stretch. As you exhale, release the fingertips, let the palms float back down to the floor. Take a moment here, move out your shoulders. Let your head move side to side, open and close your fingers. From here, we're going to come down to the floor, so feel free to remove anything that was underneath your hips. You might keep your blanket nearby if you want some extra padding for your knees. And then uncross your legs, extend them forwards out in front of you, get some blood moving back through the knees. Flex and point your feet. Circle out your ankles, bounce the knees a few times. Kind of getting those knees nice and warm. Good, and then from here, we're gonna roll over, come to tabletop position or hands and knees. So again, feel free to add a pillow, a blanket, maybe double up your mat so you have some extra padding under your knees if needed. Have your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And even though the shoulders are over the wrist, have the wrist just slightly forwards of your shoulders. So you have a light crease in the wrist rather than a heavy crease. Hands a minimum of shoulder width distance apart, slightly wider if you know you have tighter wrists or shoulders. And then you want to think about your index fingers parallel to each other, pointing straight forwards to the top of the mat. So the palms are just slightly angled outwards with the index fingers parallel and forwards. I'm going to take a few rounds of cat-cow here. On your next inhale, wrap your elbows back, bring your heart forwards, lower your belly, lift your tail. Your exhale, you'll tuck your tail, round through your spine, bring your chin to your chest, heart to the ceiling. Let's do 4 to 5 more here. Moving your cat-cow with your breath, almost like the movement of a wave. Good, couple more rounds. Take one more full round of cat-cow. Next inhale will bring you to a neutral spine and flat back. From here, we're going to move your left hand about 2 inches to the center of your mat, and then 1 inch or 2 forwards of the left shoulder. So you have a nice long diagonal line from your left wrist to your left shoulder. From there, press the left palm into the floor. Inhale, take your right arm up to the ceiling. We're going to sweep and reach 4 times. Your next exhale, you'll take your right arm underneath your left, reach to the left with the right fingertips, and then use your inhale to once again bring your right arm back to the ceiling. 3 more like that. Exhale, under and reach. Good. Inhale, expand, stretch it out. Last 2. Exhale. And inhale. This time we're going to go to the floor. So as you bring the right arm underneath the left, let your left elbow bend. See if you can bring your right foot and shoulder to the mat. If that is not accessible, you can always place a blanket or even blocks underneath your right arm and shoulder. Adjust the hips so they feel even, equal weight in both knees and shins. And then from here, come up onto your left fingertips, gently pressing into the left fingertips to begin to twist your body to the left. You've got several options here to deepen if you're wanting a little more. You can begin to walk the left fingertips further above your head towards the front right corner of your mat. You can also reach the left arm to the ceiling or bring your left hand behind your back. You also have the option to take the left leg, extend it out to the left so the sole of the left foot's on the floor, and you're eventually bringing your left big toe towards the right fingertips. Make sure this option though is stable and you feel secure on the mat. We're going to take 4 more breaths here, wherever you chose to be. Good, now if you extended the left leg, go ahead, bend your left knee back in to meet your right, and then bring the left palm back to the mat under your left shoulder. Next, inhale, press the floor away from you. Start to unwind, lifting the right arm back to the ceiling, reach up high, and then exhale, right palm to the mat. We're going to take 3 cat-cows here, readjusting hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, chest forwards. Exhale, pressing the floor away, chin to chest. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, breath in. And exhale it out. Find that neutral spine. And this time you'll take your right hand 2 inches in to the center of your mat and another inch or 2 forwards in front of the right shoulder. Plant your right palm, inhale, lift the left arm up. 4 times, sweep and reach. Exhale, left arm underneath right. And then pressing the floor away, inhale, reach the left arm back up. Again, exhale under and twist. Inhale, open, twist to the left. Last 2, exhale. And inhale. This time we'll go to the floor. Exhale, left arm under right. Bend the right elbow, lower your left ear, left shoulder to the mat. Again, adjust the knees and hips first. Equal weight in both shins and knees. Once you're stable there, then you might just come up onto the right fingertips. Pressing the right fingertips down and back, you begin to twist the upper body to the right. You can also take right arm to the ceiling or your right hand behind your back. Also the option here to extend your right leg out to the right. If you're feeling stable in the hips, you've got 4 more breaths. Good. If you extended your right leg, bring that back in to meet the left leg. And then bring your left palm back to the mat your right palm back to the mat under your right shoulder. Press the floor away, start to unwind, lifting your left shoulder, unwind the left arm, reach up, and exhale, palm to the mat. Good. From here, readjust your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your wrists, your back and table. We're going to take 3 more cat-cows. Inhale, chest forwards. Exhale, spine to the ceiling. Again, inhale. And exhale. Once more, breath in. And breath out. Find your neutral spine and use your next inhale now to extend your right leg back behind you. Moment here just to move a little bit of blood back into the right leg. We're going to rock back and forth on the ball of the foot. You might draw a few circles around the ball of the foot. You can also kind of bend and stretch the knee to get some blood working back through that right knee. Good. Bring the right knee back in and switch sides. Left leg will extend. Ball of the foot to the floor. Little rocks back and forth. Little circles, some bend stretches. Good. Once again, bring the left knee back in and we're going to extend your right leg back. Think about the right hip bone facing the floor. So you don't want the right hip to open. We're going to slowly start to lift the right leg up from the floor, still keeping the back relatively flat. We don't want to drop the belly and push the tail. Keep pressing the mat away and keep all 5 toes pointing towards the ground. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, think cat pose. Now draw your right knee into your chest as you continue to press the floor away. Extend your right leg back behind you. And then again, exhale, knee to chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, reach back. And exhale, bring it in. Good. Inhale again, reach back. This time as you exhale, we're going to try to bring the right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Hugging the knee to the belly. Step the right foot forwards between your hands into a lunge. Take a moment maybe to heel toe the right foot forwards. So your right heel is flat to the floor. Your right ankle and heel are on the, or your right ankle is over your right heel. Your right knee is over your right ankle. So we don't have the heel lifted, but the heel is firmly on the mat. From here, take your right hand to your right thigh. Left hand to the right thigh, and you're going to start to press the thigh down and away. As you press the thigh down and away, think about lifting the chest up and forwards through the arms. So we start to create just barely a back bend here. As the heart lifts up, the thigh presses away. You can stay here if this feels most stable. Or on your next inhale, circle your arms above your head. We're going to find a cactus shape, bending the elbows at a 90 degree. Forearms in line with elbows, and then forearms and elbows pressing back, slightly behind the shoulders as the heart lifts forward and up. Your gaze might go up as well. Hold for 3, 2. Wherever you are, we're going to exhale. Maybe bring the elbows in if they were lifted, and then slowly return the palms back to the thigh. One more time, lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, fold belly out over the thighs. Fingertips to the mat. You're going to slide your right knee back to meet your left knee and come into child's pose. Pressing hips to heels, forehead to the floor, block, blanket. Soften the shoulders. Feel free to find an arm variation here that feels good. Maybe allowing the arms to stay extended forwards. You might bend the elbows, stack the palms, or even bring the hands back behind you. Backs of the hands resting on the floor outside the feet. I'm going to take 5 breaths here. If the arms were back, bring them back forward, stretching fingertips back to the top of the mat. Your next inhale, shift your shoulders back forwards over your wrists. Readjust the hips and knees. And then take your left leg, extend the left leg back. Start with the ball of the foot on the floor so you feel that left hip bone pointing towards the mat. Keep that left hip bone pointing down as you now lift the left leg. Try not to bring your heel higher than your hip so that does not force you into a back bend. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, we're going to draw the left knee to your chest. Think cat pose. Inhale, re-extend your left leg back. And again, exhale, knee to chest. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale, reach back. This time, we're going to bring that left knee into your chest. Keep hugging it into your chest. See if you can step the left foot between the hands to the top of your mat. Take your time to adjust your lunge. Again, you want the left heel down, the knee over the ankle. And then once you have that alignment, bring your left hand to your left thigh. Right hand, press the thigh down and away. Start to lift the chest. As the thigh presses down and away, think about space being created between the belly and the hip crease. The heart's lifting forwards and up. Shoulders drawing down and back. Stay here or on your next inhale, circle your arms and use your exhale to find your cactus. Bending the elbows at a 90, pressing the elbows and forearms back as your heart lifts forward and up. Again, the gaze might go upwards, and we're here for 3 more breaths. Good. If the arms are in the cactus, we're going to bring the elbows back together. Once the palms touch, bring them back down to the thigh. Press the thigh away. 1 more breath. And then exhale to fold. Fingertips back to the floor, sliding left knee back to meet right, and taking 1 more child's pose here. Hips to heels, forehead to the mat. One more breath. Inhale, shifting shoulders once more, back forwards over wrists. This time you'll tuck your toes, press your hips towards your heels, and then pressing the balls of the feet into the mat. Start to lift your knees coming into downward dog. As always with downward dog, don't worry about getting the legs straight. Try to lengthen the spine first, pressing as much weight back towards the feet as you can to take the weight off the shoulders. The more forwards your shoulders are, the more that weight's going into the shoulders and wrists. If you can press the shoulders back, you can bring the weight into the feet. Bending the knees can allow this as well. Take 1 more full breath. And now looking forwards to the top of your mat, bend the knees a little more, lift the heels. You're going to start to take little steps forwards towards your hands. Once your feet reach the backs of your hands, come up halfway, bring your hands to your shins or your thighs. Try to flatten the back, reach the chest forwards. Take a full deep breath in, belly to spine. As you exhale, keep the bend in your knees. Bring your belly out over your thighs. Let your head and shoulders fall heavy. Hands might come to the mat. You could grab opposite elbows and find a ragdoll. Any other arm variation here. And feel free to find little movements. You can sway the upper body side to side. You can play with bending and straightening one leg and the other. Maybe drawing little figure 8s as the body sways. We've got just a couple more breaths here. Good. Head nice and heavy. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Release the arms. Bend the knees a little bit more so you really find weight in the feet and you can engage the glutes, inner thighs. We're going to roll the body up 1 vertebrae at a time. But the roll is coming from the feet, from the glutes, from the hip, from the belly, all the way up to seat. Good. Inhale, circle your arms overhead. As you exhale, place the hands at the center of your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. If comfortable and it doesn't cause you any dizziness, vertigo, try closing your eyes. If closing your eyes is discomfort or uncomfortable for your body, then maybe just soften the gaze, looking down towards your fingertips. I'm going to take a few breaths here just to resettle, reground, feeling the gentle movement of your body, the rise and fall of your breath. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Allow your eyes to blink open. Let your hands fall out beside you. Inhale, once again, circle your arms. And this time as you exhale, let the arms come back down to the sides of the hips. From here, if they are not already, grab one or both of your blocks and place them near the top of your mat. So they're there to use for these next few flows that we'll be doing. You might have a block on either corner for easy access. Next inhale, once again, you'll circle your arms. This time as you exhale, we're going back into a forward fold, bending the knees, reach your belly out over your thighs and forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. And this is where you're going to grab one of your blocks and place that block in front of your left foot, about 6 inches in front of your toes. From there, you're going to bring your left fingertips onto that block. Now start to take a big bend into your left knee as you slowly begin to straighten into the right leg. If you need to keep a bend in the right knee, listen to your knee there. So left knee, big bend, right knee, baby bend, or slowly starting to straighten. Now with the left fingertips or palm on your block, bring your right hand to your right hip. We're going to begin to twist your body to the right, drawing your left shoulder under, your right shoulder up. You can keep the hand on the hip, or if you want a little more, start to reach the right fingertips up to the ceiling. You can also bring the back of the hand to the small of the back, or reach your right fingertips towards your inner left hip for a little bit deeper of a bind. Keep reaching the right shoulder up, left shoulder drawing under. You're here for 3, 2. Use your next exhale to bend both knees slowly, bringing the right arm back down. As the right arm comes down, take that block, place it in front of your right foot. Now you're going to start to bend deeply in your right knee as you begin to straighten the left. As the left leg starts to straighten, left hand to left hip. Now begin to twist the body to the left. Left shoulder lifting, right shoulder drawing under. Again, for a little more, left hand can reach to the ceiling. You can bring your left hand behind your back for a bind. Do what feels best for you. We're here again for 3, for 2. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, rebend both knees. Bring your left hand down. You might place your hands on each one of your blocks or fingertips onto one block at center. We're going to take a big bend in both knees and step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Again, find a lunge that's long enough where your right heel is firmly rooted to the mat and your right knee is over your right heel. From here, we're going to set your left knee down on the floor. Your left hand can come to your mat or onto a block, and the block might be handy as we start to move this lunge a little bit more. So think about the block being on the lowest setting with the left hand or fingertips on the block. Your right arm now is going to sweep up to the ceiling for another twist. Right fingertips stacked over left, right shoulder stacked over left. Good, take a breath in. And now you're going to take your right arm, start to reach it back behind you, gazing towards your right fingertips. Good, now as you inhale, you're going to bring the right arm up to the ceiling and then over your right ear, reaching to the top of your mat. Good, inhale the right arm up, exhale it back. Inhale it up, exhale it forwards. We're going to add an optional leg movement with the left leg. You can keep the left knee down, or as your right arm goes forwards in front of you, you're going to lift the left knee up. Good. As it goes back, you're going to set it down. If this is too much for the knee, again, keep your knee on the floor as you move the arm forwards and back. You're going to do 3. Good, 2. One more time, arm forwards. Good, arm back. This time with the left knee down, circle your right arm all the way up and forwards so you can bring your right fingertips to your mat or your block. From here, facing the top of your mat, lift your back knee. Soften the left knee as you step the left knee forwards to meet the right. Good, inhale, find that half lift. We're gonna go into your second side. As you exhale, bend both knees. Bring your fingertips either to your mat or your block. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Check that your lunge is long enough. Left heel is firmly rooted. Left knee over left ankle. We're gonna add the block underneath the right hand. On its lowest setting, this gives you a little bit better range of motion. And then from here, set the right knee down. Begin here, left knee over left ankle, right knee on the mat, right palm on the mat. Inhale, left arm is going to reach up to the ceiling. Stack the shoulders, stack the wrists. Find the twist here. One more breath. And now reach your left arm back behind you, fingertips reaching towards the mat. Good, now bring your left arm back up to the ceiling and then over your head towards the front of your mat. Inhale, arm to the ceiling. Exhale, reach it back. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, forwards. Again, option to add the knee movement. Knee down as the fingertips reach back. But as your arm goes up and overhead, you'll lift the right knee. As the arm comes up and back, the knee comes down. Again, if this is too much for the knee, keep the right knee on the floor and just stay with the arm movement. You've got 3. 2. 1 more time. Good, knee down, holding the right knee down. Inhale the left arm up. It'll circle back to the floor. Good, set the blocks to the side. This time, you're going to lift your back knee and step your left foot to the back of your mat. You've got 1 more downward dog. So adjust your feet here, hips width distance apart. Give the feet a pedal, bend one knee, press one heel to the floor, bend the other knee, press the other heel to the floor. Feel free to nod, shake your head. Couple more breaths here. Good. Next, exhale, begin to lower the knees slowly to the mat. Once the knees come down, you'll find a seat, shifting the hips to one side, setting the hips to the floor, untuck your legs, and bring them forwards out in the front. From here, give yourself a little shimmy, little shake, bounce of the knees up and down. And then we're going to keep your left leg extended and begin to bend the right knee in towards your chest. From here, lift the ball of the right foot and see if you can grab a hold of either edge of your right foot with both of your hands. From there, we're going to lift the right heel slowly upwards, and you can stay with the shin parallel to the floor, heel level with your knee. If you're wanting a little more, you might begin to extend your right leg forwards any amount that works for you. As you start to extend the leg, find the slightest point of the right foot as it lifts, and then think about lifting your heart higher than your knee, so you sit nice and tall. If you got a more flexible hamstring, feel free to start to bring that shin back towards you. Otherwise, you're working on just lifting the chest and holding here. Last 3, 2. Got 2 options here. If comfortable, accessible, there's no arthritis in your feet, you're going to take the 2 peace fingers of your right hand, bring them to the inside of your right big toe, and create a little hook. If that's not accessible, then just have your right hand remain on the outside edge of your right foot, and you're going to release the left. Good. Now we're going to let that right leg just kind of sway lightly side to side. You can also give it a little bit of a shake, which works better if you've got the toe. You can get a little more shake in without the foot being rigid. And then again, little swing side to side with the knee bent. Good. Now that left hand's going to come around and catch the outside edge of your right foot so that the heel of the hands and the sole of the right foot, your right hand then is going to come to your right knee, cradling the right knee in your right palm. Now think about drawing your right heel towards your left armpit. You're going to start to bring your right shin towards your chest. Any amount that's safe for your knee. And then again, we're going to rock that back and forth. We want something a little deeper, more supported. Take the right forearm, wrap it around the shin so the knee is in the elbow. If your hips are a little more open and you want a bit more for the hips, you're going to take the right foot, place it in the crook of your left elbow, and then hug and rock there. Otherwise, keep that left hand at the foot. We've just got a couple more here. Good. We're going to keep the bend now in the right knee, but slowly lower your right foot to the outside of your left knee, left shin, or upwards to the outside of the left thigh. From here, take your left forearm, wrap it around the front of your right shin. Take your right hand, place it behind your right hip. Before you find the twist, sit tall, lengthen between the ribs. And then from there, you have the space to begin to twist to the right. Hugging the right knee towards the chest as you twist. Take one more breath here. Good, slowly release. Upper body back to center. Once the upper body is back to center, you'll uncross, extend the right leg forwards, give your hips a little shimmy side to side. Start to bend your left knee, keeping the ball of the foot lifted as the heel comes towards your hip. And then from there, hands are going to reach for either side of your left foot. And you'll slowly start to lift your left foot up. Again, you can keep the shin parallel to the ground or begin to kick into the hands as you straighten your left leg and even out. Think about lifting the chest higher than the knee, drawing the shoulders down as we take a really big hamstring stretch from the back of the left leg. I'm going to be here a couple more breaths. Good. Now again, left hand is going to reach for either the outside edge of the left foot, or if it's safe for your toes, no arthritis, 2 peace fingers wrapping around the center, inside of the left big toe, creating a hook. And then from there, you're going to lightly swing the left leg side to side. Let the leg get nice and soft. And again, you might give it a little bit of a shake. Let the knee soften, continue to take it side to side. And then your right hand will come around, catch the outside edge of your left foot, release the left foot, bring the left hand to the left knee, and then think about bringing your left heel towards your right armpit. Once there, you're going to rock that back and forth. And again, you can take the left arm around the shin, cradling the left knee a little deeper, And you can also take your left foot, hook it in your right elbow, and continue to rock from there. Couple more breaths here. Good. Now placing your left foot on the outside of your right knee. Have the left foot flat to the floor. Bring your right forearm around the front of your left shin. Take the left hand behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale from your shoulders and ribs, take a twist to your left. Good. One more breath here. Inhale, slowly unwind once again from the twist. Extend your left leg forwards out to meet your right. Give both hips a little shimmy so you have equal weight in both hips. Inhale, circle your arms. Soften the knees, and as you exhale, try to come forward, bringing belly to thighs. Soft forward fold here. Just let the arms fall on the outsides of the legs so you resist the urge to pull towards the feet. Just let the arms fall heavy. The back can round. Drop your head. Think about forehead towards knees. Spine's going to round a little bit. Knees gently bent. Arms heavy, head heavy. And one more breath here. And then just as slowly, one vertebrae at a time, you're going to start to roll your body back up to seated. Inhale, circle your arms. Hands to heart center, exhale. We're going to finish here with a pranayama exercise. Feels best from a seated position, but if you'd rather do it lying on your back, feel free. I'm going to come into a cross-legged seat. Feel free to find any other seated position that feels good and comfortable to you. So maybe blanket underneath the hips. Maybe you continue to sit with the legs forwards, or again, you could also lie down on your back if that's what's going to feel most comfortable. Give yourself a moment to kind of adjust into your seat. Let the hands fall heavy wherever it feels most comfortable, whether they're resting on your knees, folded in your lap. Bring the chin just slightly towards your chest, not enough to change your airway or flow of breath, but enough to lengthen the back of your neck and draw the gaze down. From there, if it's comfortable, let your eyes close. And once again, just begin to feel the motions of your breath. Feel the texture of the air as it enters and leaves your body. Allow your breath to begin to lengthen and fill out. If the pranayama or breath work that we do today does not work for your body, leaves you feeling breathless or anxious, then find a breath pattern that allows you to find some relaxation, a sense of peace or calm. We'll begin our pranayama. It'll be 2 quick breaths in through the nose and 1 long breath out through the nose or through the mouth, whichever feels most comfortable and natural. So again, 2 quick breaths in, 1 long breath out. 2 quick breaths in and 1 long breath out. Each time you exhale, see if that exhale can get longer and longer. You're going to stay in our cycle. Start to return to a more natural rhythm, sensation, movement. Lengthen, inhale and exhale. Keeping the breath soft and easy. You might keep your eyes closed or just keep the gaze soft. And from here, we're going to transition to your final relaxation. So again, eyes could remain closed, gaze soft, extending your legs forwards towards the top of your mat. Reach for any props that you might want for that final relaxation. Pillow for the head, knees, maybe a blanket for the body. And then nice, easy, slowly lowering to the floor. Head, shoulders to the mat. Again, maybe something under the head for support or under the knees. Legs could be extended forwards. Knees could remain bent. Arms in whatever position feels most calming and relaxing for you. Take your time to make any adjustments, final twitches or wiggles of your body that are needed to eventually begin to find stillness. Head heavy, arms heavy, hips, legs, and feet sinking into the floor. Feel the sensations of your breath, the rise and fall of your belly, the texture of air as it caresses your nasal passages, that same texture as it caresses the back of your throat. Notice any other sensations that you feel with each breath in and each breath out. Allowing your breath to guide you inward. For now, letting go of anything outside of your body, anything outside of the room that you're in. If you feel your mind at any point begin to wander, know that it's natural for the mind to want to leave. But if it does, gently guide it back to your breath, using your breath as an anchor inward. If your mind's left the room, take a moment to notice where it's gone. And again, come back to your breath. Back to sensation. The feeling of the floor beneath you, your clothing against your skin. Maybe the air in the room as it caresses fingertips, forehead, and throat. Try to bring gentle movements back into your hands, feet, ankles, and wrists. As you inhale, reach your arms over your head, big stretch, fingers to toes. Exhale, gently bend your knees inwards, placing the feet on the floor. Take a couple gentle windshield wipers of your knees. Slowly roll your body to one side, right or left. A moment to pause. With your head heavy, eyes closed, or gaze soft, begin to slowly press yourself back up to seated. Taking your time to get there, finding whatever comfortable seat feels best from here. Let your palms once more rest, palms upwards on your knee. Full breath in. Exhale all the air out. Next, inhale one final circle of the arms reaching up. Connecting palms, exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Thank you very much for joining me today. Namaste.